Are you mentally prepared for this?
I'm always prepared. My brain is working 100% all the time.
Even when you're asleep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I sleep with my eyes open.
I knew it.
Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Joel.
Delectable Dellen.
Dellen. I love it. Dellen.
With extra delightful.
Too late. It's already, the moment's over. And welcome to a special event here on Curiosity Public, wherein we are going to determine the best cask strength sherry influenced scotch.
You know, I would like to think that I started the cask strength love movement back in the day. Because I remember nobody drank that stuff because I know it was always on the shelf and I was the only person buying it.
Before Prohibition?
Yeah. So I'd like to think that.
I thought so.
Yeah. You know, because everybody rips me off, I think. Right? I mean...
Maybe. Well, anyway, the reason this came about is that
Maybe.
I see all kinds of love out there for some of these, and like people rave, especially about springbank. You know, and they say springbank cask is the best scotch ever. Some people say
it is pretty good.
You know, but it kind of just poses a question to me, like, okay, well, let's take some of these
put it to the test.
Influenced scotches and take the cask strength iterations and let's try them side by side and see what happens.
Yeah.
So what do we have? We got Glendronach. Let's get a close-up on all these, and we'll take them out of the containers as we go. Glendronach, this is batch 11 of their cask strength sherry-aged scotch. It is, I believe, still non-chill filtered for the cask strength. I think it says it on here. Yeah, natural color, non-chill filtered. There's a look at the bottle, and we can see the proof point down there. The alcohol percentage, 59.8%. Richly sherried, matured in the finest Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry casks. Look at that, beautiful bottle. Next up is the Ben Romach, which is this one. This is a Speyside cask strength. This is batch 1.
When did you pick that up?
This is yours.
Oh, right. That's why I was like... I know, I have one. Yeah, it's like, that's...
Yeah, this is your bottle, dude.
Okay, okay.
58.2% on this bad boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next up is the Glenlivet Nadura. And this is small batch, no chill filtered, Oloroso sherry first fill. Cask strength at 60%. So
delicious.
A little bit higher here.
Getting up there.
Getting up there. This is what the bottle looks like here. Really cool looking. Look at that. Nice looking bottle. This bottle is actually featured in our Glenlivet drink through as well. All right, and then the one everybody's always really excited about, the Springbank.
You probably should have put it at the end, huh?
Well, it doesn't matter. And this is 12-year age stated. This was
killing Dutch right now.
What?
The order.
Yeah, that'll be all right. And proof point on this, or the alcohol percent, is 56.1. It's a little lower. And this was featured in our Springbank drink through. And then finally down here, one of my favorites, Abelor Abuna.
Abuna.
And this is matured in Spanish Oloroso sherry butts, non-chill filtered.
Also featured in our Aberlour drink through.
We haven't done an Abelor drink through.
Not thinking fourth dimensionally here.
Oh, so we're gonna do that before this video comes out? There you go. No, we did a review of this one, if you guys want to check that out. And 59.8% alcohol on this bad boy. All right, so these are all out. We are now going to get some Glencairn glasses, and there's a little bit of color variation here. So we're gonna use...
No. Just doesn't matter.
Dude, the Glenlivet is lighter. Look at how much lighter that is. Yeah, I think
not
we
gonna
can.
notice the
Look how much darker the Glendronach is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may not be very prominent or very obvious up there, but see, Dylan likes to cheat, so he's mad that we're taking away an opportunity for him to cheat. So we are going to grab some black Glencairn glasses. I will pour, Jules will label.
And away.
And we'll be back in a little bit
go.
to taste test. Everything's been poured and labeled. We've got an orange, blue, green, a blank, and a red. We are now going to taste our way through these. We're going to write some notes down. We're gonna rank them in our order of favorite to least favorite, and then we're gonna render guesses as to what we think each of them are. And we'll be back in a jiffy to embarrass ourselves.
Just want to say, my previous comment might have seemed a little pretentious, or
Wait, Dylan, pretentious?
Hubris on my part. Look,
impossible.
I'm just saying, there's documented history. What color is this?
Fun. Super fun.
Super fun.
A little difficult.
Really difficult.
But I think ultimately I was able to discern what I liked and what I didn't like. How about you guys?
Oh yeah, me too.
I liked it all.
Everything was
I
pretty
think
good.
for me it was so hard picking a favorite.
Yeah.
That was the issue for me
ended
because
up
they're
kind
all
of-
unique.
Yeah, I kind of
Got
had,
two of them.
I had tiers. And I had ones that were clearly in the top tier and ones that were kind of clearly in this middle tier. But let's get into it, guys. First, let's just talk about our experience on the nose, and let's say what we thought was best on the nose. Going through them, there was, interestingly, the one that really stood out to me on the nose was the green.
Me too.
I thought it had a great nose. The other ones, the red and the orange, I didn't really like the nose of as much, whereas the blank one and the blue one, both were pretty good. But to me, if I had to pick a standout on the nose, I picked the green.
Completely agree with you. Standout on the nose was the green for me. I actually ended up liking, right after that, the blue. And then red and blank were just, about the same. And then I ended up ranking orange in my top three for the nose. So.
Okay.
Wow.
Dylan?
Yeah.
Okay. The standout for me in terms of, since we're looking at more sweetness, we're analyzing sweetness, I would say the green really stood out.
On the nose is really
It's
nice.
just a very balanced presentation in terms of the sweetness. I would say my least favorite, relatively speaking, was the orange.
On the nose, yeah.
Yeah, on the nose.
So we all agreed the green then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. All right. Well, let's talk about what really counts here, which was the palate. It didn't exactly track the nose for me. It was close. I'll kind of go through them in order. I'll just go from camera left to right here. Orange was a little funky, but overall pretty good flavors. There was, you could tell that the sherry was in there.
Yeah.
The blue was just syrupy, a lot of sherry influence, kind of decadent tasting to me. The green was sweet. It was a little mellow, but very well balanced, I thought. All the flavors came across really, really well presented. The blank one was a little funky, again, kind of like the orange. I had the orange and the blank very close on the flavor for me. And then the red, it was also had that funk, but it was a little off tasting to me, something about it. So ultimately my favorite on the palate was the blue.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
It's interesting.
All right.
So orange, what I appreciated here was the finish. I even wrote that, that's what stood out for
How
me
could you
almost.
tell? I could not tell the finishes
I don't know.
of these.
Orange, it really stood out for me.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. But blue, which ended up being my favorite.
Nice.
So that's a first.
Man.
And was the most balanced and just great experience. With the
mouthfeel
flavors,
to me
the
was really what got
mouthfeel
me
was
on it.
really what
Yeah.
stood out. Yeah, exactly. Green. Was actually, relatively speaking, is actually on the lower end for me.
Really?
Yeah, just because even though, blank and red ended up tasting profile-wise almost identical for me. Like I couldn't separate them.
Yeah, the red, the blank, and the orange to me were very similar on the palate.
But green stood out in that, but it's just in terms of what I was experiencing because the mouthfeel felt a little drier on this for me, which is why I docked it the most. So, yeah.
So first of all, before I go through the details, I just want to say that they're all very good.
A privilege. To do this.
Ultimately, what I ended up, the criteria or the metric that I used to pick my favorite. Because flavors were so unique, I couldn't just say, well, let me create a metric to fit the thing so that it won the whole thing.
Classify.
So I had to go with something like balance, a balanced presentation,
I think I know what you picked
so that it would be my favorite. So the way I would describe it is orange had a little bit more of the grain. And I felt like there was a little bit of that peaty flavor.
Yeah,
right?
I was saying funk, but it's more of like
you know what you mean, right? It's like that. It's more grain influence there. The blue is just ripe, very ripe, and it's the body is really, really heavy. It's syrupy. I get that it's like bold flavors. So that's what I experienced. The green had lots of ripe fruit. It's just a lot of stewed fruit and jam on the palate. The blank was very punchy. There was a little bit of the ethanol that was coming through. There was a lot of maybe like a touch of spice that the other ones didn't have.
Yeah.
That just kind of, it was just like, okay, I am here, pay attention to me. The red was much lighter. I felt like the balance was a little off, and that was what's really distinguished itself by saying like, okay, I'm a little off.
I literally wrote off on that one.
Yeah, that's what I wrote on there. So that was my experience. I ended up, again, like I said, the metric I had to use was which one of these had a balanced presentation in terms of the sweetness and the body and the finish, and what would I keep going back to? I ended up picking the green.
Wow. Well, I get that. That was my number 2 for sure. Yeah. So let's go through and rank them now. We'll give a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranking. For me, number 1, like I said, was the blue. Number 2 was the green. Number 3 was the blank. Number 4 was the orange, and number 5 was the red.
Got it. For me, number 1 was blue. Number 2 was red. What? Number 3 was orange. 4 blank. And 5 green.
Wow, so different from mine. Very interesting. You ranked green last.
Hey, that's going by what I was experiencing.
Hey, be honest, that's what you gotta do. All right, Dylan, your ranking.
So number 1 is green. Number 2 is blank.
Wow.
Number 3 is blue. Number 4 is red. And number 5 is orange.
Wow. All right. Well, let's tally up the points here and see what our ranking actually was. So the order then, based on our point totals, in last place was orange. In 4th place was the red.
Wow.
In 3rd place was the blank. In 2nd place was the green, and 1st place blue. So blue and green here, the standouts. Are you guys ready to venture your guesses?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's go.
I have no idea. No idea.
Dutch, go.
But I'll tell you what was going through my head. So I'll just go left to right here. Orange, I thought was the Ben Romach.
Okay.
The blue, I thought, honestly, I kept going back and forth. I thought it initially was the Abelauer, but I ended up switching that to the Glendronach. The green, I guess, was the Abelauer. The blank, I guess, was the Springbank, and then the Nadura for the red.
Wow. All right. So orange, Bendronic for me. Blue, Springbank. Green, the Abelard. Blank is the Glendronach, and red is the Glenlivet.
So you and I agree on that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So orange, Ben Romach.
Did we all pick that?
Wow.
The blue, Springbank.
Whoa. Hey, wow.
You and I.
The green, Glendronach.
Whoa.
The blank, the Aberlour. And the red, the Glenlivet Nadura.
So we all agreed on the
orange and red.
Yeah, we all agree on the Nadura and the Ben Romach.
Oh.
I think we're wrong, personally.
All right.
I'm always wrong.
I have zero confidence in this. All right, guys, should we
let's
get the
see.
answers?
Yeah,
Should we
let's
get the
do it.
answers? Got the answers right here.
Oh man, this is good.
Let's start with last place.
Yeah,
The orange was off to a good start. Ben Romach.
Well done, boys.
Wow.
right.
Orange was the Ben Romach. Yeah, we all got that right. Nicely done. Okay. In fourth place, the red was
not Glenlivet. What was it?
Glendronach.
Wow.
I should have realized that, man.
Wow.
Doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going back because we opened that on a live.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah,
And
that's
now
what I
it makes
thought.
a little more sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Fascinating.
Oh, my
okay.
God.
All right. Next up was the blank one,
Yeah.
which was
That means Glenlivet.
Aberlour.
Yes. Wow.
Nicely done, Dylan.
Oh, Dylan.
All right, and the winner, which is blue,
Springbank. It's Springbank.
was
Blue Springbank.
the Springbank.
Yeah.
Meaning the green
I got that right.
was the Glenlivet.
Glenlivet.
So I switched.
Wow.
So I like the Glenlivet.
So the champion,
Wow.
the Springbank. But I gotta say,
Holy moly.
I think we're all a little shocked that number two
Holy
was the
moly.
Glenlivet.
Yes.
So we shouldn't be though.
Because it always does so well.
Yeah, it does
it
so
always
well
gets
on
up
that.
there.
Yeah, if you guys have seen our other Scotch blinds, I mean, Glenlivet always.
It always shocks us.
always
right?
shocks us and does
it's
so well in
such an
blinds.
underdog. I mean, like nobody gives it any respect.
Because it's like the name, right?
So what
It's
was your
like-
number
it's
one?
The name brand. My number one was Springbank.
What was your number one?
ended up being the
The
Glenlivet.
Glenlivet, right?
Yeah.
And none of us guessed these two right.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
no, you guys-
I guess
Springbank.
blue Springbank.
So you guys
Springbank.
both guessed Springbank.
Yeah.
Wow, well done, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
mean,
3
geez.
out of the 5 right.
I got like
I
one.
just switched the Glendronach and Glenlivet.
Yeah. To me though, the green and the blue, these two,
Unreal.
I mean, these really stood out to me as being the better ones.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked,
Unreal.
honestly.
Unreal.
I mean, I think,
I picked
Springbank.
Aberlour as number 2 for me. And number
Yeah, me
3
too.
was Springbank. But I could see
no,
why.
mine was.
See, like, for me,
Madura.
I get why you guys picked the Springbank. Because it had something extra.
It's richer.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's the age ultimately. You know, this is the only one with an age statement. There's nothing younger than 12 years in here, and I think it shows. I think it shows in the depth of
That's
flavor.
brilliant.
It's good.
Brilliant.
So the community loves Springbank, and the community's right here, right?
We're with the
Dylan
community.
doesn't like to admit it.
We're aligned with the community.
No. Because I can't
didn't
find it
choose it.
anymore.
I know, it is the hardest to find out of all these. But I would say this, this is a lot easier to find, the Glenlivet.
True. It's still
I
stacked
don't know.
up.
I
mean,
have
it's-
not seen it.
Really, the Nadura? I mean, when
Really?
it comes out, it's usually available, but then eventually it'll disappear. I mean, what was third place then? The Aberlour? So the Aberlour would be our third place choice. Probably the most available, but very, very good. You know?
Yeah, I picked that as number 2.
Yeah, it was number 3 for me.
It's
So, I
very
mean,
punchy. I mean,
Yeah, excellent. Wow, I am still processing this. This was super fun.
Unbelievable.
You guys,
Springbank.
let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What did we miss? Like, what should we have included in this? What do you guys think? Have
there
you
were
tried?
others
Yeah.
that Dutch took out.
Yeah, we had a Tamdu cast strength that we just didn't have enough stickers to do 6. So
Didn't make the cut.
didn't make the cut. Anyway, talking about
have
making the cut. Why don't we
stickers.
cut this short and Jules take us out?
You know what? He probably cut a lot of the stuff I said, and
cut
he's
most
gonna
of the
make
stuff you
it
said.
make it seem like I'm
And it's
either
still long.
pretentious,
Just cut off mid-sentence.
pretentious, and like he always makes me look bad. He always makes me look bad,
Wow.
And you love it.
He does.
and I would
He
say
said,
something
"Ah."
ironically, and then
I
like
thought you said
he-
it fuels you.
It does.
Doesn't it?
what?
Gives him fuel, gives him
Negativity?
fire.
I sympathize.
Okay, anyway, Jules, take us
I
out.
sympathize
This is
with the
enough.
Emperor.
Tell us
Sure.
what you think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Shoot, I don't know what order I did that in. Either way, let us know how you feel. Subscribe for more Curiosity Public videos. If you want to help us out, please consider joining Curiosity Private, which is our membership program here on YouTube. We are also on Patreon, and we are selling t-shirts. Links will be in the description.
Definitely a Scotch track.
Podcasts on all the major podcast platforms out there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious.
Dutch always edits these things.
I know. I'm the only one that edits them.
Make
our
it seem
master
like
editor.
make it seem like I'm like a bad person. I'm arrogant and stuff like that.
I just reflecting
like
reality.
he'll like dub my voice. I'm like I'm arrogant.
No, you know one of the fascinating speaks like on our podcast, how you always sound like
robot.
Data all of a sudden when you speak.
It's like Shatner.
Or Shatner did, yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
Doesn't comment below.
That's how I talk. Yeah.
Look at
how-
And you know, he's always
they're
texting me.
making fun of my
He's
cadence.
always like texting me. He's like, "Hey, cut all the ums out of my videos for me."
No, that's not what he does. He edits the stuff like, I'm saying, we go like, a bad person would say, hey, I'm arrogant and blah, 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 blah. But he'll take out the part where it's like a bad person would say. It's just like,
Dylan says.
I'm arrogant and whatever. Like, that's how he does it.
Like I said, reflecting reality.
For the folks that
is what we
met me
experienced
in
in real
person,
life.
especially shout out to that guy who let me cut in Costco business. I was buying that milk.
Didn't you say he dropped something? You didn't help him pick up his stuff, and you just left?
No, he dropped his credit card. I'm
And
not
then
gonna
you took off?
I'm not gonna go grab it like a weirdo.
Wow.
You could have said,
Could
"Yeah,
be
sorry,
a
man.
helping hand, you know?
Bad karma.
No, it went under the like the cash register.
And you're like, see ya.
Later.
No, I'm not gonna stand there with my box of
I
milk.
bet you Dylan kicked it.
See, look at that.
He used the force. He's like,
Exactly.
okay, I had enough of that.
Always making me look bad.
Dude, you make yourself look bad.
No. I'm just trying to explain that, I wish people would
It's all right. I fast forwarded through all this.
I wish people would be create more original thought and content.
Wow.
Not just
Okay, enough of that.
for example, Dutch wanted to do this like blind box thing or whatever because he's with that group. And I just said no.
This is all going to be fast forwarded.
Why are we doing all this stuff that other people are doing? We shouldn't be ripping
That one's
people off. Right?
Oh my god.